I remember when I was in my early 20s in New York City, Marianne Williamson would come to town once a month and give a lecture on A Course in Miracles. I was lucky enough to be singing at her events, and that made me feel so special. But I was learning. I was taking notes. I was hearing her. This was way before she wrote her first book, and she still was such a dynamic speaker. She attracted like 1,000 people every month to her lectures. And one of the things I remember her saying was, forgiveness is messy. And that just got in there. And it was puzzling for me because I was studying the Course in Miracles, doing my lessons. Forgiveness is the key to happiness, thinking of something upsetting and using the lesson of the day. I will forgive and this will disappear. And what was interesting is that the Course in Miracles is saying, I will do this thing and I'll feel better. I will do something, as if forgiveness was a verb, something that we do. And then later on, it gets a little more esoteric, and it says, I let all things be exactly as they are. And that led me to some really deep transformational work and the realization that I don't need to forgive as if it's a verb. I need to bring love to anger, resentment, to the grudges, to the hurt, and to bring compassion to those parts of me that have been traumatized, frozen, wounded, entrenched in illusion, that only love heals. And when love starts to thaw out these hard feelings, this resentment and anger and these grudges, and when love starts to thaw things out, it is messy. The forgiveness work is messy. You might cry. You might need to vent some anger. You are going through a transformation. So I have found that real forgiveness for me began when I put the Course in Miracles down. Meaning the Course in Miracles, it lays out the theoretical foundation. Its theory, its philosophy, its beautiful thoughts. It's like you looking at a map of where you want to go, and it's a beautiful map, and it's poetic, but it's still a map. And at some point, you have to stop looking at the map and move the vehicle where you want it to go. So, I have so much to share about this. I think this is becoming a series, Recovering from A Course in Miracles. So only love heals, and we call forgiveness forgiveness, but it really is just allowing love where love hasn't entered, and that very often looks messy. And the ego loves things to be in control. So it doesn't mind you doing forgiveness meditations. It's perfectly fine with affirmations. But once you start going into hurt feelings, vulnerable feelings, then it's no longer fun for the ego. It feels threatened. It is scared. And that's why a lot of us need a therapist, a healer, a coach, somebody to hold our hand through the swamp of this frozen trauma. And this trauma, this is what the ego is. It's just a collection of frozen moments from the past that we're bringing with us into the present, awaiting our love. And that's why it's so important to not make the ego wrong. The ego is like a frightened child looking for love, not looking for more judgment. I'm a bad Course in Miracles student. I won't let go of this resentment, bad me. And then you start resenting yourself for resenting. And you know how the ego loves to play Course in Miracles and beat you up for not doing it right. All right. So be on the lookout for more videos because I feel like I'm on a roll. This is my 4th video in expressing what I have learned since I put the Course in Miracles down and started to learn from direct experience not theory. Oh, it's so good. Course in Miracles is so good for us intellectuals. We love to study forgiveness. Oh, yeah, let's study it. Let's go to school, right? But practicing it is messy, and if you ever need any help, I am here for you. I do specialize in helping people through the messy parts of the awakening. Have a wonderful day.